From the drugstore to the deli, we're checking out how to save you tons of cash.
A tree from your yard falls on your neighbor's house. Are you on the hook for damages? Test your insurance smarts with us.
And we'll show you what teens really think of their parents' money management style.
When it comes to prepaid phone cards, it's hard not to get pulled in by the low advertised rates. We're going on a crusade to find out the real cost of using plastic to pay for your long distance and when you should just hang up.
It seems as though every gas station, drugstore, and grocery store is selling prepaid calling cards. For a fixed rate, usually much lower than the long-distance rate on your home phone plan, you get a set amount of minutes of phone use. For example, with a $10 card at a rate of 3 cents per minute, you'd reasonably assume you're going to get 333 long-distance minutes with the card. But
before you get too excited about the low advertised rate on the front of a calling card, you need to know that there's usually fees and charges that eat into those advertised minutes.
And they can take a pretty big bite. So we're on a crusade to find out if they deliver on their promises and what you can do when they don't. Sandra and Robin bought several calling cards and will make the same 2-minute phone call with each one to check if the numbers add up.
They charged us for 10 minutes worth of calling when we only used 2 minutes and 1 second. So where did the rest of that time go?
Sandra and Robin will talk to an expert to find out what you can do if this happens to you later in the show. The average family spends over 15% of their household budget on food. And by not planning ahead, working parents of 4 kids, Todd and Laura Lynn, are spending even more.
What's stopping us probably from saving on our bills right now is that we just don't plan ahead enough. We sort of react to what we need and go buy it.
Saving on your monthly grocery bill has never been easier if you clip coupons. Coupons have gone high-tech, and Katie and Angela are going to show this family how becoming sales savvy can save them big.
How much do you spend on groceries in a month?
Ooh, $300 a week, so that's average $1,200 a month, which is shocking.
And do you clip coupons when you head to the grocery store?
I know there's sales out there, I just don't take full advantage of the coupons yet.
To make the best use of coupons, set aside time to make a grocery list, then search for deals. Or even better, plan the week's meals around the coupons you find. Good old-fashioned mail flyers are still one way to find deals, but there are much faster ways to save. The first thing to do is sign up for your grocery store's discount club. Most have one. You'll get a card for in-store discounts, plus you can search for coupons on their website.
You can sign up to their mailing list and then they can send you in the mail coupons.
There are also dedicated coupon sites that offer various coupons redeemable at any store that sells that product. Some can be ordered through the mail, others can be printed right from the site.
If there are products that you're buying on a continual basis, great idea is to check out the manufacturer's website.
Okay.
Usually they're more generous with their coupons and with their discounts.
Make sure all coupons contain a scannable barcode and expiry date. Coupon stacking is a favorite trick of the savviest shoppers. It means combining different coupons or coupons and sales together.
You can get a huge discount when you get a sale item with a coupon.
Additional discount?
Additional
Off the
discount.
sale?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't aware of that.
Todd and Laura Lynn are impulse shoppers, the biggest cause of overspending. But now that they've planned and clipped, Angela and Katie are taking them shopping to see just how much they can save on their average grocery bill. In addition to the coupons they've brought, Todd and Laura Lynn can find more throughout the store.
It's really important when you're hunting for coupons to search high and low. Often you'll find ones like this hanging tag here or a coupon book, save $1.
There's savings to be had everywhere in the store. It's just a matter of keeping your eyes open.
Want to save even more? Find a grocery store that has customer appreciation days. Some stores will double the value of any coupons or give you an additional percentage off your entire bill on those days. So make sure you mark them on your calendar. Now we'll see if the time spent clipping coupons paid off.
That's What's the total?
And don't forget our coupons.
The full cost of this shopping trip is over $354, but that's not what Todd and Laurelyn are going to pay. By using their coupons and their store discount card, stacking coupons, and buying sale items, plus shopping on Customer Appreciation Day for an extra 10% off, they're looking at a huge discount.
Over $160 saved just because of coupons.
Coupons and shopping on the right day and taking advantage of your club card.
Yeah, that's really hard to believe.
For a list of our favorite coupon sites, check us out online.
It does take a lot of time and effort doing the research in the beginning, but once you know what the websites are and what products you need and then stacking your coupons, it's definitely worth the effort.
Taking advantage of mail-in rebates is a really smart way to save money on everything from items at your drugstore to electronics. Now, the reason that stores like to offer rebates is because it's an incentive for the customer to pick the product that's the best deal.
Between 30 and 50% of customers actually follow through with the rebate, which is great for manufacturers and retailers instead of the customer.
Leaving money on the table and not taking advantage of a mail-in rebate is definitely not a smart cookie thing to do. So next time you buy something that offers a rebate, start the paperwork the second that you get home.
Still to come, are you covered? Our Money 101 reveals the common insurance mistakes you could be making. And does your teenager make sense of dollars and cents? Find out how to get your teen on the right financial path. Plus, our Cookie Crusade gets to the bottom of fees and service charges loaded onto long-distance calling cards. And how can you stop thieves and save on your car insurance? That's coming up after the break. How can you stop thieves and save on your car insurance? Have an immobilizer installed on your car. Many insurers offer a discount of up to 10%. The prepaid calling card industry is booming with hundreds of cards advertising super low rates. They come from the large phone service providers or from independent companies who buy long-distance minutes in bulk and resell them to the consumer. We're on a crusade to find out if you really get what you think you're paying for when you buy a calling card. Sandra and Robin have purchased a number of cards to test out. The first one costs $10 and advertises 3.4 cents per minute, so that should give them 294 minutes. After our 2-minute call, we should have a balance of $9.93 and 292 minutes left on our card.
Your balance is $9.71. The maximum time for your call is 284 minutes.
Okay. They charged us for 10 minutes worth of calling when we only used 2 minutes and 1 second. And they should have only charged us max 10 cents. They charged us 30 cents. So we lost 20 cents and over 8 minutes in charges.
To get the 411 on why some prepaid cards don't seem to deliver on the deal they advertise, we're meeting with Victor Hamill of the government's Competition Bureau. He says the most important thing is matching your intended use with the right card.
Consumers need to, first of all, understand what their own needs are, because every card has its benefits depending on the need of the consumer who's purchasing it.
You want to watch out for rounding up minutes, connection fees for every call, minimum call lengths, expiration dates, or monthly fees.
We've also noticed there's a bunch of additional fees on some of the cards, and one of them is a connection fee. Can companies charge for that?
Yes, and what they need to do is to disclose the kinds of fees and charges that would apply beyond the rate that's being quoted and the number of minutes that they're saying are available on that card.
So you need to read the conditions on the card very carefully. But if you plan to make one or just a few long calls, a card that charges a connection fee but has a lower per minute rate may be your best deal. Sandra and Robin are going to make another call and this time try to make sense of the card's conditions. That's later in the show.
And as a customer service representative, I would expect you to be a little bit more patient as I try to understand this.
What do 93% of parents worry about their teens getting into trouble with? It's not sex or drugs, it's money. But almost 50% of those parents have never brought up the M word with their teenagers. Angela and Katie are taking 3 pairs of parents and teenagers back to school. Kevin and Anna, Claudia and Alex, and Aaron and Olivia. And we're splitting them up for a crash course on the top 4 money matters that your kids should know about: earning, budgeting, saving, and credit.
What do you talk to your teens about when it comes to money?
I talk to them about making sure that what they're going to spend money on is something they really want. We talk about long-term and how it's going to affect their future.
We don't really talk about it that much short of, Mom, can I have 20 bucks?
This easy come, easy go approach to money is common for teenagers, so it's important that they learn to earn, whether it's a part-time job or by doing chores.
So how many of you give your kids allowance currently?
We allocate money, but it's not on a real formal kind of basis.
I don't mind sort of throwing her the money when she needs it because she takes a lot of responsibility, but there's no plan with it at all.
Our smart cookie tip is to give allowance monthly as opposed to weekly to encourage teens to make their money last and resist bailing them out if they go through their money too fast. Teaching kids about budgeting can start with groceries. Give your teen a set amount of cash to buy a day's worth of food for the family.
If you said to her, how much does it cost to run this household? Like she would just be pulling numbers out of her hat.
Or have them sit with you when you pay the bills so they understand how much car loans, insurance, or housing actually costs. Once teens have any kind of income of their own, they should learn how to divide their money into spending and savings categories. Encourage them to keep a portion strictly for fun, but also to save for bigger goals like a car or college education.
I intend to buy a car, yeah.
But I have no money saved for it.
Yeah, big trips and stuff.
Whether you have a part-time job, a full-time job in the summer, or you get a steady allowance, you should be putting away at least 10% of every paycheck and every allowance.
And teaching them to grow their money is also important, so help your teens purchase a savings bond or a stock in a company whose products they use. And letting your kids in on your financial foibles is a good way to educate them.
I really can be too cheap.
There'll be times when I'm really, really frugal, and then other times where I'll just go, woohoo, let's go shopping.
Which brings us to credit cards.
What do you think an interest rate would be on a credit card?
Maybe 3%, 1%, 0.01.
How do you feel about your teenagers getting their hands on a credit card?
Certainly not soon.
It's not even discussed.
Yeah, it would just be,
straight cash debit, that's it.
yeah.
Well, the reality is they will eventually get their hands on it, and we think this, the grade 10, grade 11, grade 12 age, is a great age to start to ease them into the idea of eventually getting credit, maybe even scare them a little bit about the dangers of credit. And one of our smart cookies actually racked up $18,000 of debt on her credit card, and she had people calling her at work and at home on her cell phone.
Don't want to be going through that, no.
If you think it's too soon to put a credit card in your teen's hands, many companies offer prepaid spending cards where you set the limit. And it's vital that kids understand interest rates and how they can work against you, as with a credit card, or for you with savings and the magic of compounding.
How your interest is calculated is really going to impact your savings. You want to put your money in an account that frequently adds or compounds interest onto your balance to create a new total.
Compounding works magic because the next time your interest is calculated, it's on that larger combined total, so you're earning interest on that interest as well.
Say you have $1,000 in a savings account earning you 3%. At the end of that first year, you will have earned $30 in interest. Now, the second year, your interest is calculated on that new total of $1,030.
At the end of year 2, that $1,030 will earn you $31 in interest, for a total of $1,061, and it just keeps getting higher every year. Now let's see if these parents will change their approach to money matters.
I think the most important thing that I learned as a parent is what information I should be passing on to my teenagers and what is going to help them in the future.
We don't talk about money enough, and I really want to have her involved and have her contribution. And we're also going to talk about the job thing. Make sure that you get
a job?
No, but make sure that you get the right kind of job. And when you start getting your money, that you know what to do with your money.
Coming up, Robin and Sandra get hung up on fees in their crusade against mystery charges on prepaid long-distance cards. Also, find out what kind of insurance you should have now to save you from financial disaster later. And how can you donate to your favorite charity and save money? That's after the break. How can you donate to your favorite charity and save money? Take out a life insurance policy naming your charity as beneficiary. They'll benefit in the event of your death, and your premiums will be tax deductible until then. We've all seen racks of prepaid calling cards offering low rates for long-distance minutes. Sandra and Robin are on a crusade to make sure you get what you pay for. They've spoken to an expert and are testing different cards for hidden charges. This one is a $10 card for 4.2 cents per minute, which should total 238 minutes. So after our 2-minute call, we should have $9.91 and 236 minutes left on our card.
You have $9.87 remaining on your card. You have 235 minutes for this call.
No, we do not. We have 236 minutes. And they charge us 2 extra cents.
This time we were charged an extra 2 cents and lost an extra minute. Expert Victor Hamill says cards are now required to clearly display their conditions, including connection fees, minimum call times, and other charges. And in our trials, we've lost minutes and money without knowing why, so we're taking his advice and calling the company.
There's a minimum charge of 29 cents per call every time you make a phone call on that card, that's why.
And where does it say that on the card?
The way this card works, they charge a minimum charge.
And sorry, can you explain why there are those fees on this card?
I don't make the rules miss it.
Will Sandra and Robin recover their lost minutes? Find out later.
And it says the rate is 3.4 cents a minute. And I understand that it's in the fine print. I see that. But it's obviously not very clear.
But first,
So, check out my car. $4,000 worth of damage. No.
insurance. It's meant to protect you from financial losses as a result of events like accidents, illness, theft, or fire. But many people see this as an extra expense. We're hitting the streets to test your knowledge and shatter some common insurance myths.
So when I say the word insurance to you, what do you think of?
Car. Life insurance. Security?
Feel like you're protected.
I know that I don't have any.
Do you have insurance?
Not presently, no.
David, if you were thinking about getting car insurance for your 16-year-old, do you think there's certain type of cars that are cheaper to insure?
I would guess domestic cars would be cheaper.
Ding, ding, ding. You are correct.
Domestic cars and minivans are cheaper to insure because they are less expensive to fix.
The wind knocks a tree into your neighbor's yard from your property, damaging their house. Who's responsible for the damage?
Well, something like that would be an act of God, wouldn't it?
The tree gets knocked over in the wind, you're not held liable for that because that's not something that you had any control over.
A+. Good job.
If your tree accidentally falls on your neighbor's house, their insurance will pay for the damage.
You're renting an apartment and there's a fire. Does the apartment owner have to cover the cost of all your lost stuff? Yes, his policy should cover the whole building, or no, as a renter, you're on your own to replace your possessions.
I would say we're on our own.
You're right.
Landlords are never responsible for your possessions.
Have you ever considered renter's insurance?
I thought about it, but it's just recent that I started renting, so not really.
A lot of times people think with renter's insurance they don't have enough possessions to make it worth it. But the fact of the matter is, renter's insurance actually protects you against if you did something to damage the apartment. Say you're clumsy, you let your apartment on fire, you could be liable.
Property insurance is something everyone should have whether you own or rent. Life insurance is designed to provide your family with financial security after your death.
So as a new mom, too, have you guys considered life insurance policies?
We have, and we haven't done it.
When you do get home insurance, looking ahead, you might be able to bundle all those policies together and then save some money that way. How old are your kids?
6, 3, 6 months, and 6 months.
Most experts say that the minute you have a child, you should get life insurance.
Is that expert my wife?
You don't need life insurance if you don't have any dependents. Disability insurance is also available. It provides income compensation if you become unable to work. It's not commonly bought because it's quite expensive, but some employee benefit packages include it. If yours doesn't, we recommend you set aside an emergency fund of 3 to 8 months' salary instead.
You have a cute little dog. What's your doggy? Stella. Stella. Now, does Stella have pet insurance?
She does, actually.
And did you get the pet insurance as soon as you got Stella?
I didn't. I had a friend whose little Yorkie broke her leg and it cost her $5,000 for the surgery. And I then decided that the $30 a month was worth it.
When you start asking what type of insurance they actually had, a lot of them didn't have the right insurance that they should have. Especially the renters. Well, you guys want to come over to my newly insured apartment?
Yes! We'll light a fire.
Up next, find out if Sandra and Robin can make every minute count in our crusade against long-distance calling card charges. Plus, how can making your home safer also save you money? Find out after this. How can making your home safer also save you money? Many insurance companies offer discounts of up to 15% for security alarms, smoke detectors, and fire extinguishers. In our Crookie Crusade, Robin and Sandra have been test driving prepaid long-distance calling cards, and we found hidden fees and minimums that can eat up your time and money. With one card, a 2-minute call used 3 minutes of time, and with another, the same 2-minute call cost 5 times more than the rate indicated. Now that we know the terms and conditions must be clearly stated on the card, we'll see if a call to customer service brings satisfaction.
Because I didn't know about the fee, is there any way that I can be reimbursed or have that credited to the card?
Yeah, I can do that for you.
Oh, that would be great.
If I find it a stupid charge to myself, but hey, who am I to say anything?
Persistence pays off, and the missing minutes are credited back to the card.
I think it's really important that people realize too that they can get reimbursed if there are charges that they are confused about or not aware about.
Definitely. You just need to be a little assertive like you were, and you can get what you want.
Exactly.
There are phone cards out there that deliver what they advertise. Just be sure to read the conditions very carefully. And if you purchase a card specifically designed for the type of calls you want to make, you'll ensure all your connections are good ones.